Hello, it's me again. Welcome to another task. And in this task, we've got a collection of fractions, percentages, and decimals, which we are supposed to put in their order. If you'd like to take a pause and work this out yourself, please do so. And when you're ready to check the answer, you can unpause and we'll do it together. Welcome back if you already had a go. Welcome back. Okay, let's see what we have. So we've got a fraction, percentage, and decimals. So the best way to tackle this kind of question is to change all the numbers either to a percentage or change it all to a fraction or change them all to a decimal. That way you'll be able to compare them better. Now, there's a reason why I don't want to convert to percentage, because we've got this number here, 11 out of 30, which is not very easy to convert into a percentage because it's out of 30. You can't really, unless I use my calculator, and it's also not that easy. Actually, yeah, okay, yeah, so that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to do percentages, and I'm also not going to do decimals because, again, that number, 11 out of 30, it will be difficult to convert into a decimal unless I use a calculator. And sometimes you might get this kind of question in a non-calculator paper. So let's try and avoid using calculators. I think what I will do is I will convert all these numbers to fractions, and I will make the denominator. When you're converting to fraction, you have to make the denominator the same. And I think I will have to make all the denominators 30. I'll make 30 the common denominator. Okay, so I'm going to change them all to fraction. So what I have is 2/5, which is already a fraction. Then 70%, which is 70 over 100, and which we can simplify to 7 over 10. And then we've got 0.3, which is the same thing as 3/10. And then, of course, we have 11 over 30. So now, so far, what we have is these denominators. And we want to make a common denominator of 30 because 30 is the highest common multiple of all these numbers. So let's deal with the first one, 2/5. 2/5, I want to make the denominator 30. What do I do to 5? So I change the denominator from 5 to 30. How do you change from 5 to 30? What you do is you multiply by 6, multiply 5 by 6, and that gives you 30. So you're going to do the same thing with the numerator. Multiply the numerator by 6 as well, and that will give you 12. All right, so 2/5 is the same thing as 12 over 30. Let's do the same thing for 7 over 10. I'm going to change the denominator, which is 10, into 30. What do I do to 10 to give me 30? I had to multiply by 3 to change from 10 to 30. So I'm also going to multiply the top number by 3 as well. 7 times 3 is 21, so that's 21 over 30. I'm going to do the same thing with the next fraction, which is 3 over 10. I am going to change the denominator of 3 over 10 into 30. What did I do to get from 10 to 30? I multiplied by 3. So I'm also going to multiply the numerator by 3, and that's giving me 9. And then I've got 11 over 30, which already has a denominator of 30. So I'll just leave it like that. Now that I've got all the denominators the same, I can now compare all the fractions by looking at the numerator. So it's from small. Okay, so now that we have that all the fractions have the same denominator, you can now compare the fractions by looking at the numerator. So the smallest numerator we have is 9. So 9 out of 30 will be the smallest fraction. And that was given to us as 0.3. So I'm going to write 0.3. That's the smallest fraction. Then the next smallest fraction is 11 over 30, which was given to us as 11 over 30. And then the next smallest is 12, okay? Next smallest numerator is 12. Now, that 12 over 30 was given to us as 2/5, so we want to write it as it was given to us, as 2/5. I mean, it doesn't matter if you leave your answer as 12 over 30. I mean, if you leave it as 12 over 30, but since it's somehow I always feel it's nicer to use the one that's been given. And then that means that the biggest is 70%. So that's the answer.